Hi, welcome to the Cozy Couch. My name is April Kirkwood. You should know that by now. Today we're talking about something so serious that I'm going to have some notes, and I will be outlining this underneath this audio. So if you don't catch up, don't worry, I have it for you. You know, I have 2 masters in counseling, and I've been trying to figure out why I'm not happy, why you're not happy. In fact, did you know that the happiness quotient is going down instead of up with each generation? In other words, we're less happy now than our great-great-grandparents were. And I want to know why. I came up with one possible explanation, and I'm going to give you some tips on what you can do to look at yourself. The question is, what's your dope to cope? What is your dope to cope? The idea here is that we are all addicted to something. That's why I get so pissed off when I'm out to dinner with people and they say, or I make a comment, this family has a child with addiction, or one family member is getting divorced because the husband's an alcoholic. And I could see everybody at the table get real jittery, you know, they start to look for their text, or they light up a cigarette, or they completely change the subject. They recoil in fear. And it's at that moment I would like to say, what is your dope to cope? Because we're all addicted to something. And I want to show that mirror to them and let them look at their ugly selves, the self of them that they hide from everybody else, the self-loathing, the pain, what they go through every day to mask their agony. So now we're going to talk about the addictions. Now, they're all going to be different for different people, but there's a few that hit all of us. I'm going to put my glasses on here because I've got to get this right for you. They say that every single one of us are either addicted to sex, money and power, which money and power go together, drugs, alcohol, food, or relationships. So these are the 6 basic addictions that all of us have. Now, we may have different orders. So my ex might have been addicted to work first, and I might have been addicted to relationships. What I want you to do is I want you to think about that and think about what makes you happiest. Getting the deal, getting drunk, falling in love. And when that first one doesn't do it for you, say, I know a lot of girlfriends, they're addicted to love, relationships. They don't have somebody. So what do? They go out and get drunk. And that doesn't work. So then they go out and spend lots of money. And that's their top 3. When one does not satiate you, then you will go down to the other one and the other, all the way down if you have to. How many people are food addicts? How many of us are love addicts? What order are you in? And these are the questions I want you to ask yourself after you've listed those. In stress, which one of these most often comfort you? Is it a drink at the end of the day? Is it like me going online and ordering something from Nordstrom's? Anthropology? Like I have to buy something, I need this release? Is it calling up my kids, telling them I love them? When I can't get them on the phone, I have another glass of wine. And you could see how this circles. Which one of those do you reach for first? And in happiness, because addiction encompasses every part of our being, of our life. In happiness, which one of these do you celebrate with? You get a promotion. Do you go buy a pair of Jimmy Choos? Do you take your kids on a vacation? Do you spend the money? Do you go get drunk? Hopefully you don't go get a hit of heroin or cocaine, but some people do. right? Those are the ones we don't like to talk about because they don't fit in. Yeah, well, you don't fit in either. What ones have the most negative issues in your life? Think about that. Are your credit cards over the top? Are you and your partner fighting about money all the time? You can't keep a job because of the negative effects alcohol has played in your life? Maybe you've lost your driver's license because of drugs. They're all there, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, sex, money and power, drugs, alcohol, food, and relationships. Are you so fat that you're going to have a heart attack any moment and end your own life? If that isn't self-sabotaging yourself in a kind of very, very sad suicide. The worst part is, I think we all have self-loathing. I think our culture has taught us that we're never going to be good enough. And I think we are just on remote, going through life, trying to survive, not to thrive. Now, most importantly, ask yourself this. In which one of these do you feel very, very uncomfortable when it's missing in your life? We're tackling those hard questions that you don't know anybody a freaking explanation but yourself. Because at the end of your life, the only one you're going to have to, well, look at yourself and your deeds with the Maker is you and you alone. Which one of these, sex, money, power, drugs, alcohol, food, relationships, do you feel most uncomfortable with when it's missing? Are you one of those girls, and guys maybe, that have to have a relationship? Or one lined up if this one fails because you can't possibly get through the day without getting laid or getting a phone call or having something to do? It's important. Yeah, love also is an addiction. Which one of these, and this is the big one for me, which one of these addictions have messed up most with your life goals? Men have been my ruination. I'll be honest. Yep, love is one hell of a drug. Now, are you a love addict? Since basically I talk about love, are you a serial cheater, serial dater? Jumps from one to the other, doing several at the same time, you pigs. Fall in love and out of love too quickly. I love you, I love you, I love the idea of you. That has a lot to do with imprinting as well, which is in the book Big Girls Do Cry, which I'm an author of. Does it cause legal issues? Divorce? Employment problems? Family problems? Do friends say to you, "Who is it this week, honey?" Or, "Hey, April, you're in love with love." My friends used to say to me, "You're so smart. You have a master's. Why can't you get this thing called love? What's this about?" I was stuck. And I have some other addictions as well, just like you and everyone I know. Do you freak out, like totally freak out when you don't have a boyfriend? Okay, now men love addicts would include your hounds. They just want to eat everything they can. Creeps, players. And women love addicts would maybe appear, needy, dramatic, desperate, or just plain, I'm not talking about myself here. So what I want you to do is write that down, those 6 elements. Think of the top 3 based on the questions you need to ask yourself, which will be attached to this audio. And then what do? You have to think about it seriously. Is it ruining your life? Is it ruining your relationships? Is it affecting your career, your children? It's not too late. Every time I put my feet on the ground in the morning, I go, thank you, Lord. I hope there are no more lessons I have to learn, but let me do it with grace and humility and thankfulness that I have an opportunity to do it a little bit better this time. Life is supposed to be fun. Don't let it get out of control. Get some counseling. Read some books. Do your work. It's not going to be easy, but it's going to be well worth it. Remember, always follow your heart as long as it's above your head. Love you. Until next week on the Cozy Couch. Be cool.